What's going on, fam? Today is day 61 of the American Bully pregnancy. Today's the day to get her done, man. 61 days. The American Bully takes 2 months to, all dogs take 2 months to have the pups. Trying to give you a good shot of the stomach. She's not very packed, but this is about what she looks like with all of her pregnancies. And she's only had 4 pups with all her other pregnancies. We did an ultrasound and seen 3, so we know we at least have 3 in there, but I'm thinking it's going to be about 4, just about the same as it's always been. Day to get it done. So we're about to head out to the Wewokie Animal Clinic. Got about an hour ride or so to get the C-section done. Now what they'll do is they're going to have to time this C-section. In order to time the C-section, they have to do what's called a reverse progesterone test. When we get that number under 2, then we can go ahead and do the C-section. They know that the dog is within 48 hours of having the pups. They will not do the C-section unless she's in 48 hours within having the pups. They can't just go in there and tell you, we're going to do it because you said it's time for the pups to come. So that's the point of today's show. What is the importance of keeping an up-to-date breeding calendar? You must keep an up-to-date breeding calendar. That's how you're going to keep track of what time you're going to do everything in the breeding. From the time that you breed, the first day that you breed, you got to mark that on the calendar. You got to mark when she went in heat. You got to mark that on the calendar. Who she bred with, what time did they breed. Put as much information on that calendar as you can, because that's what the veterinarians are going to use to know what to do at what time. So because I kept a good calendar, I knew when we were at 31 days and I could go in there and get the ultrasound done. You won't know it's time to go get the ultrasound done if you don't keep a good calendar. And if you don't keep a good calendar, then you don't know when the 50 days are up. When 50 days are up, then you can go and get an x-ray and get an accurate puppy count. You can't get that puppy count until it's been 50 days of the pregnancy. So there's a lot of different reasons that you gotta keep your breeding calendar up to date. Your breeding calendar has to be accurate. Some of my other pups here. We keep everything on that calendar. So all of my females, I keep the days that they went into heat. The first day that I notice it, and I put that on the calendar. That way next year, I'll be able to go to the calendar and say, okay, she's about to come into heat. It's important for me to know that because I can't have them out on the yard with other studs while they're in heat. And we could have problems on the yard period with the female in heat and everybody's out there. So I have to keep track of that for that reason specifically. I can't have them breeding when they want to. They got to breed to the person, to the dog that I want them to breed to in order for this to go right. If you just put them out there on the yard in heat, they will breed. And it will be with the one that you don't want them to breed with. Me, I'm pretty fortunate because every dog that I have is pretty much structured and flawless to be able to do the breeding. But my problem is they are a little bit too close. Some of them are too close in kinship for me to let them breed. So I'll have to make sure that I don't let them out on the yard while they're in heat. Come on, girl. So I keep tracking of the breeding calendar to know when the heat cycle starts. When I do get them bred, whether it be artificial insemination or natural, we do all natural breeding here. But if you were doing an artificial insemination, you need to mark that day on the calendar. So for me, since they're doing a natural tie lock, the day that they lock, that's the day that I put on the calendar. Black Pearl lock with Domino this day. And I count from those days, that's the pregnancy date. I won't know when to go get the C-section if I didn't keep track. You can only get the C-section when it's been 60 days. So if I didn't keep track of the dates, I wouldn't know when to go get the C-section. If you don't know when to go get the C-section, you're gonna go up there and try to get the C-section done. They're gonna do the reverse progesterone test, and it's not gonna be timed. That's gonna be an extra $100. Each time you go up there to get that test is $85 to $100. So you need to be in the right window. And you have to be accurate on that calendar. When you call the veterinarian to schedule anything, if you call the veterinarian to schedule the ultrasound, or you call them to schedule the x-ray, any of that, or to schedule the C-section, they're gonna ask you what day it is in the pregnancy. So you have to keep that count going. You have to keep an accurate count of where you at in the pregnancy, and you will forget that, man. You're not gonna be able to keep track of that. You got to keep that jotted down in some kind of a journal. I say just make a calendar. That way you can just go to the day, and you can just go to that date, put it on there, and then you know. Even so, next year it comes right back up. So I just say put it on the calendar. Nowadays you got the phone, and you can do a reminder on your phone. Your phone can let you know, okay, it's about 60 days. Your phone can let you know it's 30 days in her pregnancy. You know, put the alert on there. When the 30 days come up, you know, okay, it's time to go get the ultrasound. Do you have to have ultrasound and x-rays? No, you do not. The only reason I went to get the ultrasound done is because I have customers waiting on these pups, and I wanted to let them know that the pregnancy did take. I was not going to the ultrasound to get an accurate puppy count. I was just going to the ultrasound to let my customers know that the breeding did take. So you do not need to go and get an ultrasound. Why get the x-ray? At 50 days, they can do an x-ray because the bones are calciumized enough that they can see it on the x-ray. So at 50 days, they can count the heads and the spines of the dog, of the pups in there, and they can tell how many pups you have. You can get a pretty accurate puppy count at day 50. So you have to be tracked on these days. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. It doesn't go away when you breed. You have to know when you bred in order to know how to time all of these other steps, how to time the C-section and different things like that. But if you do it right, it'll go easy, be cool, nice and smooth. We called yesterday to the vet. They seen my number on the deal and pulled me up in the account. Who asked me which one is it? Is it Black Pearl? I said it's Black Pearl. So they already knew me. They already knew the dog. They have a schedule. They have a calendar in there too. So we're gonna get her in there. 10 o'clock here. They're gonna do a reverse progesterone test to make sure she is in labor. Reverse progesterone test shows that she's under a 2. Then that means she is 48 hours from delivering. And if she's 48 hours from delivering, they will do the C-section. They will not do a C-section just because you say it's time. You have no proof of that. So you have to know your days, man. You have to know how many days you are in the pregnancy, and you have to keep that updated at all times. You know. So we're gonna get her to get out there, boy. She's a nice looking dog. That boy Domino, I am very excited about these pups. These are going to be some nice pups. All the people on the puppy list, if you have not got your invoice for the puppy list and you asked for an invoice, if you were looking for a puppy and you have not got the invoice, contact me, 405-519-9205. Time is running out. We don't have a lot of time to get this straight. So if you have tried to get on the list, if you're waiting and you haven't got an invoice yet, we have some kind of a clerical problem and you need to contact me immediately and we'll get this situated. We've got there's maybe 8 people on there that have not confirmed and have not put on the deposit down to be on the list. So if you have not done that, I'm hoping it's a clerical issue. If it is a clerical issue, contact me now and let's get it straight. Time is running out. We don't have a lot more time. Today is the day. We're about 30 minutes away. We're about an hour and 30 minutes from getting her done, man. Hour and 30 minutes from getting her done. So last night I went and did my last little running around, took a ride on my bike, got out there on the motorcycle, get some running around, because I'm about to be in the house for another at least 2 months, at least. Because I have this litter coming, and then I have another litter with Black Widow right after this. So if you didn't get on the puppy list, if you didn't get a pup from this litter, excuse me, you need to get on that puppy list and get something for that next litter. If you're not on the list, you're not gonna get a pup. I'm pretty sure this, because things are going pretty quick and pretty fast, man. So can't be more happy about it. I'm glad we do have a waiting list and have people interested. That's a good thing. But I just want to make this all go smoothly, and I want to make sure that everybody gets the opportunity to get a pup if they want a pup. So if you haven't heard from me, we have an issue, contact me on the phone, send me a text. You don't have to call me if you don't want to. Send me a text, 405-519-9205, and we'll get it straight. www.hardcutbully.com is the link, is the website, so that you can scroll down to the puppy list, get on the puppy list. We're trying to keep everything up to date on there. I got so many social media platforms. The website is really not the one that I'm trying more, but I'm really not keeping as many pictures and everything on there as I do with everything else on social media. But it is up to date as far as the prices, the breakdown, class, and everything for how much the bullies cost. So there's no need to call me and ask how much my bullies go for, because there's a difference between class and quality. So I can't just say my bullies cost this much, because they could be a different quality and it's a different price. So you have to go to the website and check that out. It's got a full breakdown on there, and I'm going to stick to that breakdown. So that kind of simplifies it, a lot of it. It's already broke down on there. We're going to stick to that breakdown. So go to the website and check that out. So check back in with us later on. We're going to get ready to go ahead and head on out now. We're going to get the Jeep loaded up. Get the Hard Cut Bully Jeep loaded up. We're going to let Black Widow out one more time. And then we're going to get on down there and get her done, man. The coat is nice and shiny. I want y'all to see that coat. The coat is nice and shiny. She's been on that NuVet Plus. If you're not on NuVet Plus, you need a supplement for your bully, man. www.nuvet.com. You can use my breeder number. It's 384-132. 384-132. Use my breeder number and get your supplements. Keep your dogs healthy, shiny, and looking good, man. That's how we do it. That's what we're doing it with. The NuVet Plus. It's a great deal. So the next time that you see us, we're going to have some puppies, man. The next time you see us, we're going to have some puppies, man. By now, you need to come on out the bench for the big win, man. Get you something hard cut. That's all.